Hi everyone, I'm going to be unboxing the new Mach 25 that I got, along with the DX6 Spektrum radio, and I also got the Spektrum VR1100 Fatshark, and along with an extra lithium polymer battery, a luminaire, and some extra blades. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox these so you guys can check them out. Okay, here we go. So here goes the Mach 25, brand new. Okay. So it looks like we got the Mach 25 battery, okay, we got some parts, I guess, pieces that you need to add in there, and we got some props, brand new ones. Okay, let's pop this bad boy out. That over here. Okay, so here we go. Looks like it's pretty much ready to go. Just got to do a couple things. Got the directions here. Whoa. And we'll see what needs to be done. Get this baby going. Alright, so after opening up the kit that it came with, a little bag, so you get two of these O-rings. I guess that's to hold the battery in. You get a zip tie, some double sticky tape, Velcro, some more zip ties, the bind connector to bind your controller. I guess these are some extra pins and screws and stuff. And then the Allen wrench. You get a larger size one and a smaller size. You get two. Alright, I guess the first step is to put a piece of the Velcro. This Velcro goes on the back here of the battery, and then the other piece goes on the actual plane, and you Velcro it to there, so it kind of holds it in there. And then these O-rings kind of go over this piece and kind of hold the battery in place. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, here's a finished product after I ran and everything. So what I did was I put the Velcro on the back of the battery, and I put that O-ring where it's supposed to hold the battery. Now I fed the wire down through the chassis and brought it out the back, and I guess I'll just plug it in the back here. But that was pretty easy. Let me show you how that comes apart. I'd be careful setting your drone down like that, because its antenna is sticking up, and of course when you put it down like this, you're hitting it. So I just don't think that's a good idea, but yeah, a lot of people have been doing that on some of the videos I saw, and I don't know if that's too much of if that's a good idea to do. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it here, and that way the foam has enough room to support it. So anyway, so this comes off like so, and then the battery is velcroed in, as you can see. And I put the Velcro a little bit to the side here because I didn't want to cover up this model number in case I ever have to get to it for warranty or whatever reason. I don't know, maybe it's just stupid, but whatever. I just didn't want to cover it up because then later I'd have to rip that crap off. But anyway, Velcro it back on. Goes back on like that, and then I can connect my drum here. Alright, next step, I'm going to bind. So I'm going to use this little attachment and hook it up and bind my controller. First I'm going to unbox the controller so you guys can see that. Alright guys, so I'm going to unbox now the DX6. And I went with the DX6 instead of the DXIs because I read so many reviews and so many people that said don't even bother with the D6i. It just doesn't have any of the functionality and switches and from the voice prompts and everything. I mean, they just said everybody just said the DX6 is worth the $80 or $90 extra you're going to spend, and you get just such a much better controller. So I just decided, you know what, I think it's worth it, and it's a controller that I will be able to use with a lot of different models, and it's a good piece of equipment to have, and it'll last a long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this bad boy. Okay, so we've got our manual, which is pretty damn thick. It's a freaking catalog. So that just gives you an idea of how much crap this thing will do. And there it is. My DX6. Alright. Okay, so I unboxed it here, and right off the bat I can feel the difference big time. It just feels way sturdier, and I mean, it's got a lot of plastic, but these grips here, they're rubber, and it's rubber here and rubber on the top grip, and you know, all the switches, they just feel really good. So it came with some batteries, cheap China ones, whatever, and then a Allen wrench, which I guess is to take it apart. I don't know, probably. So yeah, I guess you can service it if you need to. Alright, I'm gonna put the batteries in there and start the bind on the Mach. I'll be right back. Or actually, I'm gonna go ahead and open up next the Fatshark. Okay, so here's the Fatshark Teleporter 4, and open this bad boy up. Okay. So it's all inside of a case. Oh, well, that's good to know. Exposing the LCD or the lens direct sunlight will result in LCD damage. Great. Okay. So you get some stickers and another little manual that is thick as hell. I'll put that with this one. And some stickers to add to your system. Alright, let me open this up. Okay, so I got the plastic wrapper off. I'm going to unzip it now. So I'm doing all this one-handed. There's the okay, Fatshark, I guess that's to clean the lenses. Then you've got battery and some banana connectors, and there's the Fatshark. So it looks like you got the antenna in there, everything. Go ahead and pop it out of there. Kind of look in there and see what's in there. Kind of almost looks like Oculus Rift, something like that. Anyway, here's the antenna. I guess you screw that right out of there, and some video cables. I guess you could probably run alternate outputs or something through this thing. Gotta read the instructions, but that's the Fatshark for you. Be right back. I'm gonna unpack the battery and stuff and see where it goes and everything. Okay, so unpacked it. Here's the battery pack. Let me zoom in there. So it looks like it's a 7.4 volt, made in China. What isn't made in China? Okay, here are the instructions for charging. You know, all the normal bullshit. Alright, let me figure out where the battery goes in this bad boy. Okay, so I figured out the battery goes on here, and then you need to plug that into that piece there, and it powers on. I don't know how comfortable that's going to be on, pressed against your side of your head, but we'll see. I'm going to put the antenna on next. Alright, so I screwed that in. It's pretty easy. And then this is like a hard, bendable plastic or metal or whatever the hell's in there. And you bend it up, and that's what you get. So that's set up. I did want to mention that the Fatshark came with this adapter plug for the battery. So when you charge it, you plug this in, and then you can plug this into your plugs on your charger and charge it. It does have on the battery, has a balance connector for charging, I guess. So you'll plug that into your LiPo charger. Alright. Okay, put the batteries in. I guess there's an optional rechargeable battery you can buy. I didn't get it, but this thing was pretty expensive to begin with for me anyway. So I tried to save a little money. I'll eventually get the LiPo rechargeable batteries later. So I'm going to power this thing on, I guess.
Warning, throttle high.
So that's what it shows right now. Alright, I'm going to power it back off. Okay, to bind this, it's the last port all the way in the end of the receiver there. If you see it, all the way to the right on this picture. So you gotta stick that little tab in there. Just to notice something, let's see if I can focus in here. You see the key or the beveled areas there on this. So this has to go in one way. It goes in one certain way. You can't force it in the other way. It won't go in. So you got to make sure that you are putting it in the right way. Otherwise, you're never going to get it in there, or you'll break something. So just be really careful when you're doing the bind that you put it in the right way. Alright, that thing was a bitch to put in. So anyway, there's a lot of wires right where the bind plug goes, and it's just trying to get it all moved over enough so you can get that thing to fit inside. And once you get it in, I guess, thank God you only have to do it once, I guess. So every time you got to bind this thing, you got to get that thing in there. Alright, let's go ahead and try to get this going here. Okay. So, as read in the instructions, you got to press this button, hold it down, turn on the controller.
Binding. DSMX 22 milliseconds. Telemetry. Bind complete.
Okay. It says it sees it. Let's see. So I guess you got to do however. Yeah. So you got to push these two down. That turns it on. And then this switch. Alright, so that's working. So there it is, the final, after everything's unboxed. And next thing to do is fly. I have already binded the controller to my DX6, and I'll go through a detailed programming session showing you how to program it for this model and how to add all the voice prompts. See you later. Thanks.